Hey guys, and it's Ice here, welcome back to Let's Play Metroid Prime. I'm back with my silly little setup, although I've switched out my DVD player for some actual cables that do what they're supposed to do now. So we're just gonna head through this door over here. If I could hit it, which I can't. Pretty sure there's a little something down here we want to check out. Although I don't want to particularly be walking in that green goo again, so trying to avoid. I'm usually pretty bad with the green goo. I'm usually jumping in it all over the place. Missile door, which I think I've scanned one of. And we're going to make our way slowly around this room whilst trying to scan a bunch of things. There's an interesting kind of thing going on in here. You've got these little things that you scan around the room, and you can see they light up once you've scanned them. There's another one over there. And there's one a bit further around the room. And we get more of these whippy eye what's it things, forget what they're called, but there's more of them around. I think there's one we want to scan down there, and then the last one is actually over here on this wall. Now this, I'm pretty sure, I usually actually do collect this at this point, but I've got like this plan all set out for like how I'd do this if I was speedrunning it, and this is actually one of the pickups that I wouldn't actually get until later. And I'm pretty sure you don't need it. But anyway, I'm going to scan this wall in the background. We've got another Chozo lore going on back here. Unforeseen by sages, a meteor came as if from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent, the fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity that seemed almost sentient. Bound by our ignorance of this phenomenon, we Chozo could only watch in horror as this dark force slowly began to spread across the surface of Talon 4. Kind of like makes you wonder if that's the green goo that spread throughout the lovely lakes of this little city area. I wonder if this was like the main capital city, or whether it was just like another small place, just like a little village or something. It seems to have a lot of important stuff here, so I guess it would have been a main city. Anyway, my ramblings aside, we've just picked up the charge beam, which is an item I don't think you really need until much, much later. But either way, you can kind of like blow these things out the wall now. I don't really see too much point in doing all that because you can just kind of jog down here, and there's me landing in the green goo again. I have to get used to that, it's going to happen a lot, I reckon. And just skip our way back to the doorway and head back through the upper door in the place we've just left. And I was expecting there to be those shriek bats hanging from the ceiling there, but there weren't. But never mind, I'm not going to complain. So we need to slowly make our way around this room, jumping from platform to platform and avoiding the myriad of enemies that awaits us all over the place. So I'm just going to blast those guys apart, start shooting at those guys, get rid of those if I can. Are there any of these that I haven't scanned yet? They'll look good. So we'll just blow the last of those apart. Nasty little pupper mushroom creatures. And we should be pretty much set now. There's one more guy over here, and if you're not too careful, then those guys up there can actually knock you off your platform, which is never a good thing. And we'll have those, thank you. Absolutely love the way they've done the morph ball in this, it's fantastic. And there's actually an item up on the top of here, which I'm not going to get yet because I'm terrible at ball jumping up the side to actually get at it, so I'll get it once I've got something else that we need to get it, if that makes any sense. If it doesn't, then it might make sense later on, I don't know. Just trust me, I'll be getting that item later on, I'm not missing it now intentionally. Well, I am missing it now intentionally, that's exactly what I'm doing. And there's also a big puzzle in here that we'll be getting at much later on. Some people like to do it on the way back through this room, but I prefer to just leave it until I actually come back. It's a hassle. They've got these guys, I love these guys. This is a stone toad, and he'll actually eat you in morph ball mode and spit you back out and do damage to you. I love them, they're like the most passive creatures. You can jump on their faces, you can just like hug them, get stuck on them. Thought I was going to get stuck there, I didn't. I love them, they're brilliant. And we'll just roll through these little pipes here. And just bust this door open. If you look behind us, it's like, wonder how we're going to get back up there. Maybe we'll get this spring ball or something from this next boss, which is, I think, I don't know, it'd be like the 5th boss we've fought. Either way, it's a boss I really don't like doing. It's just a pain to me. On its 2nd stage, this is the incinerator drone, by the way. On its 2nd stage, I find it almost impossible to dodge the flames. Basically, there's war wasps at the top that will start popping out because we're burning their home. I think these are barbed war wasps. Are they barbed? Yeah, these are barbed war wasps. So make sure you scan those because they're a special kind of war wasp as well. And it's this stage where one's high and one's low. It goes slightly faster than it did before, so it's sometimes tricky to dodge. But I just find it a right pain trying to dodge the flames because you've got war wasps coming at you all over the place, and you've got this thing kind of trying to burn you, and you're trying to hit the red thing on the top, which likes to make it pop up and start burning the top. Whoops. And this is what these barbed war wasps will do at you. They won't just, crying out loud, lock onto a war wasp, please. They'll kind of like spit this green goo at you, which is very totally unfriendly. Now I do believe there's a safe point. You can actually kind of climb onto this thing somehow, and there's like a safe area stood on it where the flames can't touch you, just the war wasps you have to put up with, but you can kind of just turn around and shoot those. But I've never actually managed to do that. And here we have some sort of upgrade for our morph ball, it would seem. It's the morph ball bomb. Absolutely essential for getting around on Talon 4. Doesn't matter where you go in, you need the morph ball bomb. It'll also help us get out of this room eventually, but there's a little secret down here. It's an extra room with yet another missile expansion. And I'm just going to blow up these crates, there might be something handy in them. Just want to check. Oh, I haven't scanned these red ones yet. So although it's not too important to get the scans and all the energy drops and all that kind of rubbish, it is useful to get them early because then you're not worrying about them later on when you think you've missed them. And that's how we get out of this room, you kind of morph ball bomb up. And hopefully you're all familiar with... Is that my cat? Making strange meowing noises in the background. Hello? What's up? Damn thing. What's meowing at? Maybe it's stuck somewhere. Not too long in this video, we'll be finished with this soon. Forgetting which way I'm going now. So, a lot of people would like go ahead and complete that stone toad section right now, but not me. I prefer to save it all later. And you can kind of skip this little room going past those things, but I don't see the point. There's only 3 of them, and you can just shoot them out of the way, so it's not too much trouble. Now, I'm going for broke in this video. I could save. Where's the door? I could save and just end the video right there after that one boss, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and head for the next boss. Now this is the room I said we'd be returning to at some point, and we are now returning to it. I've got to kind of remember where these things are. It's another one of these where there's things to scan all over the place. So there's one there, and there's one down here. Now the number of times I've been through this room, for some reason you do have to like do an explosive thing to get those things out of the way. Otherwise they don't scan properly. If you just shoot at them and they disappear once, it doesn't really work. But a lot of times I do go through this room and miss one of the scan points, which is annoying because then you have to drop all the way down to the bottom and start again. Well, we don't have to start again, they stay scanned, but you have to go down and climb up again. And this is why we couldn't do it before, because there are bomby things. There's one up there, I might as well get that. No, let's get it in order. Ah, this is the one I always miss, looking at it. Nearly missed it right there. Did it activate? Yeah, it did. Now, I just remembered, I want to scan these things as well. This venom weed is actually a creature, not just a little nasty plant. And let's get rid of that war wasp hive before these things start to annoy me too much. Get some missiles. And let me just blast this out of the way. I don't like that stuff. Whoa, 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 war wasp! And that's one of the annoying things about war wasps. They will mess you up in here if you're not too careful. And I do believe we're going back on ourselves now. This is a jump I sometimes miss, which is crazy. And you'll see there's 4 icons, and the 4th one is the one we saw from the platform lower down. And for some reason we get a lovely cinematic of this little room. And the door's opening, apparently we've vanished. But I do believe this is one of those ones, one of the cases where you can be at the bottom. You can scan the last icon that we saw at the bottom, the first one I scanned. You can scan that one last and it will teleport you right back to the top of the room, which is interesting. Now, this is one of those rooms I hate because you kind of have to look at the floor every so often and blast this red goo away. You don't have to, but it slows you down and does damage to you, so it can be quite annoying if you don't just clear it out of the way. Whew. Right, got to get my thinking head on now. This is one of the more interesting bosses that we've seen so far, and you can see it's kind of like loading up. And that is it right there. I don't think we can scan it from here. It looks like a big nasty plant that's about to explode. Which is pretty much what it is. And it's just blocked us in, using the nasty green goo plant stuff on the door. Looks like some sort of nasty, evil Chozo greenhouse going on here. And we've got this light that's reflecting the sunlight onto this plant and just making it go absolutely nuts. This is Flaagrah. One important thing about Flaagrah, I don't want to scan the bomb spot. You want to scan its tentacles and you want to scan its face. There are 2 scans here which you can miss. And basically what you do is shoot the mirrors around the edge of the room, and that will kind of like make Flaagrah faint because I always call it a she. I think it's got a she's face. It might be a dude, I don't know, but makes her faint, and then you can kind of travel down these little chutes and bomb it to death from underneath. There is actually a really strange bug that occurs if you sequence break this bit. If you do this bit with the space jump boots, you can actually jump across to the platform in the middle without having to like shoot out these things. Now this is where it gets interesting. You see there's now 2 mirrors shining on her, and she will reset them if you wait long enough. So what I like to do, which way is she gonna, oh damn it, she's gonna fall. Which way is she gonna fall? Oh no, she's not gonna fall now. A sponge. You want to get around the room pretty quick. And you can use missiles to knock those things out in one hit. And there we go. She's down again. And as you can imagine, the next time there's going to be 3 of the mirrors up, and the last time all 4 of them are going to be up. And it can get rather challenging. On the last 2, so this next one and the last one, I do find it's almost impossible to do without her resetting any of the mirrors. So I kind of like knock the first one down and kind of like plan it so that I'll be returning to the first one at the end to reset it, kind of thing. So let's do this. So first of all, let's knock this mirror down. Ow. And she has... There we go, we'll do it twice. How's that? Do you like that? And she is no doubt going to try and reset them. No, we might get to this last one. Come on, quick. No, she's reset it. So that's alright. And now we should be around... Yeah, just in time to stun her. And the nice thing is, if you keep locked on Flaagrah, then the big red things you have to hit to move those things out of the way is pretty much right in line with where you're aiming and where you're locked on. So you just kind of have to rip off a missile or a charged shot to hit them. But that wasn't too bad. It was a bit messed up at the start because she reset that first one a bit too early, but that's fine. So this last one is a bit tricky, but it's going to be pretty much the same thing as this next one, although when she's stunned after resetting one of the mirrors, we're going to have to go get 2 mirrors instead of just the 1. It can be a bit challenging, and I've just looked at the time. I'm coming up on... I think I'm coming up on... Come on, Flaagrah. Apple. So I've reset that one. She's going to reset that one, hopefully. Like that. And we'll get this 3rd one. And then we'll try and stun her so she can't reset anymore. There we go, and she's stunned. So now we try and get these last 2 in the time that she's stunned. Just like that. So Flaagrah is one of the easier bosses at the start of the game, but it's like one of the first of the bosses that you kind of like have to really think. And I think the first time I played this, it took me forever to figure out, you know, where I was trying to go to attack, and you know how to trying to figure out how to get all the mirrors turned around at all the same time. So it looks like she was being powered by that nasty green goo, which has now turned to lovely pure clean water. I love these little sprouts just desperately trying to cling to any sort of life that they have in the green goo, but no. And there we go. Samus's first suit upgrade. I just want to have a quick look at this. We'll be returning to this room later on, but it's like lovely. It's like the water's returned to blue. It's no longer green and nasty. Anyway, we'll get our first suit upgrade. 3 guesses what it is. You don't even need that. Maybe 2. You might guess wrong first time if you're a complete spanner. Of course, you might not know if you don't know the Metroid series too well, but of course this first upgrade is going to be the Varia suit. And give Samus back her classic look. There we go. Beefy, as always. And this suit actually allows us to enter kind of like hazardous environments, such as extremely hot environments. And that's where we'll be heading to next. We're going on a little journey now. I do want to say that I am about to like kind of skip through a whole bunch of stuff. Well, I'm not going to skip anything, but I'm going to have to do a load of stuff now that I always do. It's just the way I do this in sequence. Miss me, miss me. Actually, that's a new scan. I need to scan you. Bombu. There we go. And there's a second variant of one of those I'll be scanning later on. But right now... Well, not right now. There's another scan down here I want to get, actually. There it is. Let's quickly get this and read it. The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison seep ever further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Peaceful beasts die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow, as twisted and evil as the force that fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. So the Chozo obviously had problems with Flaagrah, and did what they could to contain it. Obviously couldn't do an awful lot. But you saw us just skip an elevator right there. That's because this is the route I take when I'm playing. And it might add just a couple of minutes onto the video, but I don't care, it's the way I do this. We're going to go now and just grab a couple of like upgrades that we've missed so far. Or they're this kind of like in this area of the map, so I always figure we might as well go grab them now. And there's another Chozo lore around here somewhere. I think it's on this opposite wall. So I'll just grab this and read it out to yous. The future is a vague thing, ever-changing and always in doubt. Even if we Chozo could gain the ability to foresee the future, it would be a hollow gift, for we would never hope to control what is yet to occur. The fountain is an example of this. The day may come when its water dries up, and there is nothing we could do to stop such a tragedy. But we do know this. Unlike the uncertain flow of water, the power of our will is strong and enduring. The will of the Chozo will never dry up. And that's wonderful. I also think it's kind of nice that we've actually like done something to help them out there, because Flaagrah was obviously desiccating that sacred fountain, and we've taken care of Flaagrah now. You know, hundreds of years into the future. I don't know actually the time scale here, but a long way into the future, and we've actually saved the Chozo's sacred fountain from the poison that was desecrating it. See if I can get this in one. There we go. That's a double bond jump for any of you that don't know out there. It's a common thing in Metroid series, the double bomb jump. Sometimes, some games, I think Metroid 2, Return of Samus, it's actually quite challenging to do, but in this game it's fairly easy, and you kind of do it quite a lot. get rid of these guys. You should recognise where we are after I pop out of this door. This is the energy tank that we saw high up on the cliff ages ago. So this is the big room with all the doors leading in and out, and the energy tank was up there. And that's a one-way door. You can't actually, even if you could get up there, the door doesn't activate, so you can't open it again from the other side. Now we're heading down the same road we went to the very first time we came through here. We're heading towards where would be the first missile expansion was, and we are not going to use the save point just across there. We're going to keep going, keep trucking. I think I've got all the power-ups in that room. Might have missed one actually. Never mind, I'll just come back and get it later if I have. Ignore the shriek bats. Kind of just ploughing through this right now. It's a... Oh, no. Don't want to plough that fast. There is actually a pickup in here we can get now. And you'll notice even in this room, now that we've killed Flaagrah, the blue is actually nice and water. The water is actually nice and blue again. If we just pop up here, now we've got the morph ball bombs and the morph ball. Grab an extra missile expansion. Now if you remember rightly, there was actually 2 missile expansions in here. And looking at the map, it would appear that I never picked up the map for this area, so I'm just going to quickly grab that as well. And I have scanned a map, haven't I? Yes. So this video is getting quite long now, and I promise you, we're nearly at the end of it. It's just a couple more places we have to visit, and we'll be pretty much done. So, quickly just hop up here again. Skip all this rubbish like I was trying to do just now. And we should soon be in the room with the Hive Mecha, where we got our first upgrade. I will show you this time how these guys actually get attracted by the charge beam. Okay, they're gonna be mean to me. They don't get attracted by the charge beam. I thought they were. Maybe they're just attracted when you just shoot it off a lot. I don't know. So this is where the first energy tank we picked up was, and we spotted this little morph ball hole behind it. So now we head down here, and we can just kind of scoot out of here. Which way do I need to go? It is this way. Oh, come on, piston thing. Hurry up. And once more, and we should be pretty much where we want to be. I could have laid a bomb there to open that a bit faster. So here we are. There's an elevator here. That's the door we just went through. That's the door we came from Flaagrah, and that's where we just come from. So we scan this, and we're on our way to Magmore Caverns, which is very nice. We can now go there. We could have tried to get here earlier. I think I did once when I first played. I tried to come here, but you don't fare very well because it's a hot place and you need the Varia suit to actually survive around here. So it's a good idea to only come here once you've got the Varia suit. And we'll introduce you properly to Magmore Caverns in the next video, because right now I'm going to pop through here and save my game. So until then, till next video, I'll see you soon. Take care, and goodbye. Thanks for watching.